So we have carrot and celery to start, and we're going to sweat these vegetables down a bit. So I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil in a saute pan. This is a great casserole for any night of the week, for company. It's just wonderful. So in goes the vegetable mix, and I'm going to add some onion to this as well. So a large onion, diced, that goes in. And we're going to add some garlic, some fresh minced garlic, not garlic from a jar, which has terrible flavor. So we're going to put this in the pan and give this a little bit of salt and pepper. You can control the amount of salt you want in your diet when you do a lot of home cooking. So this would be a good thing for you to try. So a little salt goes in. And now we just want to sweat these vegetables down. And while they are sweating down, I'm going to get myself some good ground beef because we're going to add a little bit of meat to this. If you did not want to use meat in this recipe, you could just leave it out, add the farro. So here's our meat mixture. And you want about a 1/4 pound of ground beef will do it for this. So while the vegetables are cooking down, and before I add the meat, I want you to look over here. Because this is 1 cup of farro that we cooked. We just covered the farro with water. You can cook it in water. You can use a beef stock. You could use chicken broth. And I added a bay leaf because that gives a really nice spicy flavor to the farro. So it's cooked, and we're going to drain it. And it takes about 20 minutes to cook. And one of the tricks with farro is if you're really in a hurry, you could pre-soak it the night before so that the next day when you want to cook it, it is already a little bit more tender. And so you wouldn't need as much time for cooking. So we're going to add the meat in the pan and break that up and let that go. So about a 1/4 pound of the meat. Now we're going to drain off the farro. I'm going to do that right in the sink. Take off all of that extra water. Did I say 1 cup will make 2 cups of cooked farro? So drain it well. And then once the water is off of it, I just put it right back in the pan. Bring it over. And get this meat browned. That looks good. Now we can add the farro. So all of this goes in here. Has a really nice nutty flavor to it. There's so many things that you can do with farro, and I'm going to show you several of them this morning. All right, mix it all in. And then we want to add some red wine. Use a good wine. Any wine that you like to drink, you can cook with. Don't go out and buy cooking wines. So I would say about a 1/2 cup. 1/2 cup of red wine goes in. And stir that around. And then with this, I want to have some chicken stock, or you could use water again if you didn't want to use chicken stock to add added flavor. So we're going to add a little chicken stock. Say about a cup. Remember, this wheat is going to absorb a lot of this liquid. So in goes the chicken stock, and then we want a cup of tomato sauce. This is tomato sauce that we made. You can find the recipe for this on the Ciao Italia website. Basically, it's plum tomatoes, garlic, olive oil, onion, cooked down. You can add a little wine to the sauce if you want to. So now we just want this to thicken up. So we want to cover this and let this go until this is thickened. And then we just serve this as a casserole. At the end, we're going to add some wonderful Parmesan cheese to this. So I'm going to put a cover on that and let that go. Isn't that simple? It's so simple. It's so easy to eat healthy.